This episode brought to you by Sentient Capes. It's okay to wear them with their consent, of course.
Hey, everybody. We're watching... hey, everybody.
Hey, the Wolfman. Wolfman Jack here, where you?
Yeah, Wolfman. I can do two. We'll do two Wolfmans.
Okay, let's...
Yeah, Wolfman Jack here. And we're listening to Doctor Strange, and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Welcome to Miscast Commentary's Movie Marathon.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
With two guys actually crazy enough to get this done.
And I have a bow and arrow.
Now here are your hosts,
Language!
Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Findlay.
Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we are back with you. We continue. We're coming to the end, man.
I know.
We are on the home stretch, I would think, at this point.
What a bruise.
And we are... I don't know. Would we consider this maybe a less spoken about movie?
I think so.
I think so, but I mean,
I don't think a lot of people that I talk to, what are you doing this? I'm like, we're doing Doctor Strange. Like, meh.
Yeah, but
I like it. I think it's good.
I enjoy the movie a lot. I enjoy that, but I think it's just, again, it's not one of the main dudes.
It's different than what he is now. He was in the damn he's Infinity War.
He's a big ass dude in Infinity War,
and they, his whole. There's always like two theories.
Yeah.
It's like what they're saying, who's going to save the day? And it's either like Captain Marvel, it's like Ant-Man or Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I think
those are the two major theories that are out.
I think it will be Ant-Man, then Doctor Strange, to be honest.
Well, it's going to be a double whammy. And then a little bit of Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just noticed something.
Uh-oh.
My schedule doesn't include Thor Ragnarok, because we were talking about what heads. So I have to add Thor Ragnarok.
Should be watching Thor right now? No, it's not. It's later.
I think.
It's somewhere around Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
It's in there somewhere.
Oh, now I gotta look it up.
Oh, God. Well, let's start. Come on.
Yeah. Shit.
It's like the longest beginning thing
shit,
ever.
Mom. Shit. All right. All right. Well, that's the only...
We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, the only way to get this thing started is to press play.
Now.
All right.
Just before I said now is when you should have pressed it.
Yeah.
I couldn't see his hand motion today.
Yeah, why can't you... Well, because we normally do this on a computer, and today we're not.
This is all legal today, baby. Well, except for the whole.
Well, I always
acquired the film legally.
We have the digital.
This time.
Yeah, I own all these films. I have the digital copies of all these films. What version of digital copy I'm watching is really not your concern at that
Exactly. It's none of your goddamn business. If I want to take a guy home with me tonight, it's none of your fucking business.
Yeah, and I'm literally, and he sort of is, because I'm his ride.
Fucking right, girl.
Hello. Wind chimes are playing.
I really, really like this movie.
I do a lot, too.
I really dug it. I like what it did for the Eye of Agamotto.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I love just what Doctor Strange says. And I think the other one there where he's like, what do you do exactly? I think it's Iron Man.
Oh, it's
he's like, I just keep the reality of time and space together.
It's Infinity War. He's like, I protect your reality, douchebag.
Yeah. So it's like we never see him, but he's been a hero forever. He's like the unsung hero of the Marvel universe.
And the other thing too is I just didn't know a lot about Doctor Strange.
I didn't know anything about him.
And that's why I think really has been intriguing me is because I knew about Iron Man, I knew about Captain America, I knew about the Hulk, I know Spider-Man, I know Thor. Like, okay, great. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's no complaint about that. But then you have like Guardians of the Galaxy and Black Panther and all these, and you're like, I don't know these guys. Like, what are we dealing with, right?
I know that Doctor Strange was the Sorcerer Supreme. Like, I know from reading certain comics and over time, just kind of dipping the toe into the scene. You know, I knew of him. I didn't know I didn't know about the eye. I didn't know any of this shit, right?
Yeah. I didn't know.
It was Hannibal.
Yeah, exactly. He's actually the third Hannibal to be in a Marvel movie.
Ooh, oh, yeah.
Because Brian Cox was in X-Men 2,
Yes.
and he was the original Hannibal. Obviously, Anthony Hopkins plays Odin, and so this is your third Hannibal Lecter in a movie only 2 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Marvel.
Yeah, I don't really
overall.
count 2, but that's still neat. It's still Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel loves Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, apparently so. So, I mean, if you want to get into one of these
Oh,
movies and you're not a
he's
good
gonna-
actor, eat somebody.
He's gonna eat the page that he just ripped out, like in Red Dragon.
Yeah, everybody should do that.
I do that when I read a really scathing article in the Inquirer. I rip the pages out and eat it.
I really liked Ralph Fiennes in Red Dragon. He fucking nailed it in that
The
movie.
movie was terrible.
I've loved him in it. I really did. I think he was great.
Oh yeah, no, I hated it. I think that was right when he like snipped at me because I made fun of him in that restaurant. So I was like, "Fuck you." Only years later, it was like, "Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Gonna have to."
You are Severus Snape
yeah,
after all.
here we go.
This was what was so cool. Now, right off the bat,
This whole
obviously,
kaleidoscope thing.
we need to obviously address this whole Ancient One thing.
Oh, the controversy.
Yeah. It was a very specific decision that was made, not specifically to make them white or a woman, but to get as far away from the super Asian stereotype of it.
Right. Oh, you can't win. You could have put the old Asian guy there, and people said, "How dare you? He's a stereotype. You got a white lady. It's a woman. It's supposed to be a man."
Because under consideration was also Morgan Freeman, Bill Nye, Ken Watanabe.
Bill Nye.
Like not Bill Nye the Science Guy, Bill Nye from
I know.
like Shaun of the Dead and all those things. And
Bummer.
yeah. So, but like you had like there were a lot of other options out there, and then they decided to go with this thing. And then also the director Scott Derrickson kind of like the old Bond theory.
He's letting his buddies go.
Yeah.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, right.
See, how can you look at this craziness? Like, look at this shit.
I know it's so like this is
What the fuck?
like it's like Inception on steroids.
I know it is a little.
Right?
It's like Inception mixed with Dark City
Yes.
on roids
Yeah.
in a robe.
But I like all of the mythology in this is really cool. And like this idea of you can do like you're literally limitless if you're working within this realm.
Like Bradley Cooper on drugs, baby. You're limitless.
Oh, there you go.
Bald
God,
guy.
remember when he tried to make that that's me. That was my skinny days.
You're always throwing your hands around like that.
Man, I would if shit would I do it now every now and again just to see if any shit comes out. Because between them and Scarlet Witch, I'm like something might happen. I don't know.
I think Tom Selleck would have been a better Sorcerer Supreme.
Probably in the 80s, he probably would have
Yep,
been amongst
he
it.
Probably would have been.
There was a 1978 version of this. I don't remember who played Doctor Strange. Looked a lot like Vincent Price, but that's actually who he was modeled after. Yeah, originally Steve Ditko and Stan Lee modeled him after
Vincent Price.
But I can't remember who played him, but Jessica Walter from Arrested Development was one of the women in the movie.
Oh, no shit.
So...
he's a cocky one, this guy, eh?
So we got Cumberbatch here. Like,
Get that cat out of here. Oh, they should have thrown that out there. Okay, sorry, go.
there you go. But yeah, so Cumberbatch, long career of like just being in stuff that you didn't realize he was in until after he was famous. But like Atonement, The Other Bowling Girl, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, War Horse. Then he gets into The Hobbit, Star Trek Into Darkness. One episode of The Simpsons, just by chance, he was at Fox doing a meeting. And they just happened to run into him and ask him if he wanted to do a voice. He did 2 voices in the England episode. He plays the voice of Snape, Severus Snape, and the voice of the Prime Minister.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So, and
you
that
want
was
to just run in and say a couple things?
Yeah, and then like everybody
yeah.
else, whenever The Simpsons asks you, your answer is, would I?
Oh, fuck yeah. Can I pay you for I forgot that whole fucking romance here is in it.
Yeah.
Every fucking movie she does is where we're like crying in the rain, the movie.
That's not really actually not true when I started going
it
through her
is.
stuff. She was in, obviously, The Hot Chick and Mean Girls were her like early day stuff.
Oh my God. what
Then The
a
Notebook,
movie.
Wedding Crashers, The Family Stone, Time Traveler's Wife. She's in Sherlock Holmes. There's a huge Sherlock.
Is that Dr. Oz? Look at that guy.
Yeah, he looks
Look at
kind
this guy. Wait a second. Look.
Yeah, no, I know.
He's got mad screen time. Holy fuck, there he is.
Yeah, he's in it quite a bit. She's in About Time. She was in Southpaw. She was in True Detective. She's a native of London, Ontario. So she's
Shout out to
neighboring.
Canada.
She went to York University in Toronto. I actually know a guy who went to school with her, not in the drama program. He just went to school at the same time, and he's like, I would see her around and stuff like that. He's like, I just noticed her as
Yeah,
being
right.
like some
He's
hot girl.
following her around.
Yeah, exactly right. And she was actually the original choice to play Pepper Potts in Iron Man.
Oh.
And then they couldn't get her because she was doing something else. And then
Like something artsy and cryy.
yeah.
I actually watched they should make a sequel to The Time Traveler's Wife.
Yeah.
Because in the end, the daughter could do it, but she could control it.
So the time traveler's daughter.
Oh, yeah, gross. The Time Traveler's Wife 2?
Oh,
Like,
the
come on.
the revenge.
Yeah.
Sorry, this time this time it was personal. See,
I like that.
I'm all over this. I really like. I really like.
Wait, say his name again.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think that's wrong.
No,
I think you're correct. I think it's Bach. Is it Cumberbatch?
it is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Did he
Between
say this
you and
to
me,
you?
between you and me, which one do you think is pronouncing it correctly?
I think this time it's me.
No, it's never been Cumberbatch. It's
Cumberbatch?
yes.
Oh, I've lost all respect for this man.
Which is why,
Oh,
which
God.
is why his fans are called Cumber bitches. Otherwise, it'd be like that's what they're called.
Cumberbatches.
Yeah.
Batches of fans.
Yes, I know they didn't think about that. It was mostly a female sect of fans.
Whoa, we just took out. Oh, it's a bullet.
I really think it's cool though. Like this is such a cool character because he's an asshole. He's like very much.
Like Tony.
I was just gonna say very much in the realm of Tony Stark, a guy who just knows how fucking smart he is, and like he's a little antisocial. He's a little except I think that's where they separate. Is he's just like fuck whatever, go away. Whereas Tony's like celebrate me, I am your lord. He just wants to have his name on everything, so everybody's like wow,
This guy.
But like so good, and his American accent. Like if I didn't know he was British already.
You never can tell. The Brits are so good at like switching their accent off. That's
Australians,
why I believe
too.
It's fake.
Yeah.
They're faking it even there.
I love it. She really is good looking.
She is fairly attractive.
Yeah. I would kiss her on the mouth if I had a gun to my head. But
I would kiss the gun if you put her to my head.
What was interesting though, so Cumberbatch was actually the first choice to play Stephen Strange by Scott Derrickson, and he couldn't do it. He had theater commitments, so he wasn't going to be able to do it. And so they went to Joaquin Phoenix.
Really?
To do it, who he ended up turning down the role because he didn't want to sign a multi-picture deal, which is a requirement.
Oh, hell yes.
So he wanted to do the role, but he's like, I'm not doing like a 5-picture deal. And
I don't know if he would be right for the role.
I don't think he would be at all.
I think that he is a great actor, but I just don't see him as a Sorcerer Supreme, man.
No, I think there are other people who could have done it, and I could have been happy about it, but I don't think there's anybody better than Cumberbatch.
They always seem to just do so fucking good with their casting.
Yeah.
Like,
so what ended up happening though is that this movie got moved. They bumped the release date, so the production date moved. Right. So then he was only able to do it, and then so like everybody got what they wanted, except we'll talk about it a bit more in the next movie. But James Gunn lost half his crew to this movie because they were doing both movies,
right?
And then this one, they were all committed to this one, and then the times changed, so then they couldn't do both. Crew. He lost a good chunk of them.
Oh, I'm sure they can find some more guys.
Oh yeah, it's not like they suffered from it, right?
And
well, we're talking cinematographer and stuff like that, right? But I like you will see during the credits there is a note about texting and driving, or like distracted driving.
Are they talking about Rhodey there?
A lot of people like it sounds like that's the case, but it also him being 35 kind of messes that up.
Oh, is that what I said there?
Yeah. But then somebody was saying that it may have been the guy in the suit in Iron Man 2. But then that doesn't really line up either, because it's been so long. I'm like, why would they only just be looking at him now?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, whoa.
Fucking up his Lamborghini, yo.
Oh, is that what it is, a Lambo?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Imagine, did you see that thing when he opened it with the watches? Mm-hmm. And it was like they were kind of spinning. They had a little spin on them when he came out of the drawer.
I would like to have that. I don't know why though, because I don't wear watches.
I don't
have,
either.
I have a watch and I have my Fitbit.
I don't think I wouldn't collect that. You know, he's clearly was like, oh, I've got all this money, might as well $500. Well, which $5,000 watch am I going to pick today?
Well, I do understand the idea of like matching like your accessories, kind of going with what you're having.
Right.
Like you'll wear a different watch with jeans and a t-shirt than you will with a tuxedo. But like, yeah, I don't think you need 30 of
He's
them.
going to do his own surgery.
I really like this. Actually, hit me hard. The idea of like, because again, I didn't know how this story went and stuff like that, and the idea that the man, like, the thing that you basically use to define you in this case, his hands and stuff, are just totally destroyed. And I was just like, what? Like,
In the original comics, was it a car accident or did they change it?
I think I don't actually know. I believe they changed it. At the very least, they had to change the texting part. Or the phoning part, right? But like, could you?
So he was in an accident, and
could you imagine though? Well, actually, I think he might have been a psychiatrist originally.
Oh, he's all upset because he could have done it better.
Yeah,
I would have saved my hands, damn it, if it was me.
Yeah, who did that? That was I think that was in Friends, where because in the soap opera he played Joey played a doctor, and then he ends up getting killed in the thing, and he's like, the irony, the reason I died is because the only doctor who was qualified who was qualified to save me was me.
Oh, Doctor.
Can you imagine though a situation waking up to that?
Oh God. It's like my father, man. He wake up with no fucking leg.
Mm-hmm.
No, did he wake? Well, he woke up fucked up anyways, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they took his leg after as a going away present.
Ugh.
Just every time you go away, you
take
a
several
piece
pieces of me with
you.
So another theory was that potentially the guy who the 35-year-old they were talking about, but again, this doesn't line up either. So basically every theory doesn't quite line up for who that could have been. Rhodey is the one that makes the most sense because it was experimental armor, it was a crushed spine,
exactly.
all that stuff. And it lines up more with the storyline or with the timeline. But then people are like, oh, it was actually Benjamin Bratt's character, but I'm betting like Benjamin Bratt's older than all of them.
Not here, he's aging backwards, bro.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, oh, he's not Benjamin Button.
Oh, but yeah. Well, Benjamin Bratt's aging backwards too. You see him now; he fucking looks younger than ever.
He does. He looks he looks gorgeous.
He's a gorgeous man.
He really, really.
I like
is.
how I'll wait till we get there.
Yeah.
He just kind of storms in and says, "I'll be this guy."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well,
all right, cool.
Like I feel like maybe they rushed it a bit, but I'm sure they get where they need to go.
Yeah. Something I'd really like to see, and is now actually possible now that Marvel owns the Fox bit and stuff. I would like to see. I've never seen any of the comics about this, but my friend was telling me about it, and I found it really intriguing. Was the idea of the Illuminati, which is made up of Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yes,
and
good team.
Some other people, and it's just like I'm like, oh, that would be really cool to see. That would actually be a nice way to, like, you don't have an Illuminati movie, but say like an Endgame or something like that. They're trying to figure something out. Like, they've managed to bring the people back. That's obviously going to happen. And then
some of them.
And then Stark and Doctor Strange are trying to work something out. And then all of a sudden, this, young Mr. Fantastic comes up, and he's got some ideas.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so and then that's your in to Fantastic Four, like he's the only guy you see in this movie or something like that. And
weren't they in I know there was the new Fantastic Four, which was like Hulk, Spider-Man. I think it was Hulk,
Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider.
Yes. I thought Doctor Strange was. I thought there was a team. Is it Hulk in the Illuminati? Wasn't there one where it was like Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, Hulk?
Every team has had so many iterations.
Right.
See, that's actually one thing that's good about the Avengers. It's like you don't have to rest on the laurels of the original,
the
original 5 or whatever. It's like everybody has been like Wolverine was an Avenger for a while, and like it's just like everybody's done it for a bit. Who the hell's that guy?
Oh, they all get called up when somebody's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Gene. He's just trying to get some drugs. Yeah. Oh my god, you think his apartment would be a lot nicer?
I know. I like the irony too of like basically he wouldn't do certain surgeries because they weren't good enough for his, like they wouldn't like boost his reputation anymore, and now people aren't touching him because if it doesn't work they'll look bad.
Yes.
So
he's a hack. He's like, I can't even, my hands won't even work. I can't even throw this computer across the room in a rage properly.
Yeah. Something I didn't know, apparently he was uncredited, but Dan Harmon was a consultant on this movie and did some like screenplay revisions and stuff. He did, of course, Rick and Morty, Community.
On this one?
Harmon Quest. Yeah, apparently he did some work on this movie.
Oh, you tell him, girl.
Oh,
she has done really well for herself in these films.
Yeah. She apparently in the comic world is one of the night nurses. Like Claire and well, like in all the Defenders shows and stuff like that. What's her face? I can't think of her.
Rosario
name.
Dawson.
Nah. She's the night nurse. She's considered one of them, except she's a doctor. So I don't know.
She is a doctor? I thought she was just like an assistant.
No, she's an ER doctor. Doctor. She's a doctor.
She's a goddamn doctor.
See, we got it all set up.
Oh, he's getting all pissed off and mad.
He really is. I have spending more time watching him lately, especially lately. Like I've at work, we've been broadcasting the hell of out of both The Hobbit and Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh, God.
So I've been seeing this guy act his ass off for a long time.
Who is he in The Hobbit?
He's Smaug.
Oh, he's awesome.
And he is and the thing is, he motion captured Smaug.
Yeah, I saw some of the he's like fucking galling around the room.
He is
like feeling it.
He was also the voice of the Necromancer, but there wasn't a whole lot to that.
I thought he was great. Even though he just did a voice, man, he was awesome. The scene with Smaug was great. The movies are not very good, but that scene was wicked.
I just think it was a missed opportunity. I think that they got too greedy with the 3 movies. I think what they should have done, they could have split that into 2 and still kept all the information and just tightened it.
Yeah, I agree. Because
I like what they did. The one thing they did that the Hobbit book failed to do, and I think I may have mentioned this before, but here we are. But we've got a lot of hours.
We certainly do.
I'm sure you've forgotten what we've told you too.
I forgot what you said 5 minutes ago.
There we go. My name's Joe, by the way. And hey, wonderful.
I'm Larry.
No, but but in the book, all the most interesting things don't happen, but they happen. But you don't experience them. Like when because Gandalf leaves at one point, and then at the end, Bilbo wakes up and he's like, "Oh, you're here." And he's like, "Where have you been?" "Oh, I've just been taking care of this other thing, which is way more important than what you were doing." And then you got to experience some of that, and you actually got a chance to see Christopher Lee again and Cate Blanchett and all these different things, and you got to see kind of like the rebirth of all that. And I'm like, so that's a huge part, and you could like bring that in better. And it was like, but there were just certain things they spent way too much time on that didn't need as much time. And it's so, I mean, there's a good movie in there. There's just a lot of bad movie in there that you need to take out.
There's a lot of fat to cut off on that one, let me tell you.
Too much time.
It was way too much CG. It was like, man, what the fuck?
It looked way too digital.
Oh God.
But I mean, I don't have a huge complaint. Now, digital's getting good. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is shot in digital, and it looks great.
Digital films.
Yes. And
you can even call it that.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't call it
digital.
Film. It's just
boo-boops.
Digital media. Digital. It was shot digitally. The movie.
It was. Yeah. What else? You know,
the more recent Star Wars, like Last Jedi, was digital.
I don't think I didn't have a problem with it, but you know, the thing too is that like, it sucks that it's going this way. Yeah. But there's like when they make a fucking movie on film, there's like a warehouse. Yeah. With the negatives. Yeah. And all the extra shit. Yeah. And like in that Quentin Tarantino movie, that shit becomes highly flammable and explosive. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like bunkers out in Hollywood that were just ready to explode.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy too. It's like the digital thing, and it's the technology. The thing is, the technology is getting better, and it will be to a point where, like, had they started with this technology of thing, you would have even never noticed that you went from film to digital. That will happen eventually, but the problem is we had to go through all the garbage part first.
The garbage of film.
Yeah. Well, both.
The garbage of,
the garbage of the digital stuff.
The best, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm talking like Star Wars Episode 2 digital.
Like The Hobbit, when they came up with it. And when they're like, this is the new, do you think 48 frames per second is going to be a thing?
I don't like 48
I think it looked like a fucking British like fantasy show.
Yep.
It's like, am I fucking watching Doctor Who here? Like, the fuck am I looking at here?
It's like when you see any of the new TVs that have the 60 frames per second, it makes everything look like garbage.
Yeah, and it was like they knew it too, but they
the
stopped
60
doing
hertz.
it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, some people are going to see the 48 frames per minute. They're just like, ugh,
Yeah, right? So
too fast.
But now it's getting like they're doing a better job. It's getting better slowly but surely, and the cinematographers are learning how to use it. That's another
Right.
thing too. It's like here's this new piece of technology. By the way, everything you know about I know
Is that Assassin's Creed?
it is.
Oh my god.
But it's like by the way, now everything you know about filmmaking has changed, and now you have to just figure it
Right.
out. So now they're starting to figure it out, which is great. But yeah, we had a harsh point there for a long time.
The crossover period, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like when I become a full-fledged man.
I
Well,
can't
actually,
wait till
they
that
just-
day comes.
They just took me around the corner and stapled on a piece of Bologna. It was cheap.
Yeah. Good old Bologna.
When I get really sweaty,
Oh.
like really sweaty, and I like
Yeah.
drip sweat, it almost looks real.
That's so fucking gross.
You mean this fight scene, not
yeah.
that rousing tale I
So,
told you.
Our Baron Mordo here, Chiwetel Ejiofor, is
Whoa.
see. This is why we work together, because I'm the one who has to get these names right.
Wow. Say that one again.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Wow. You've been practicing that all day.
The only person I can't get is Adebisi. Adewale. I'm like, nope, forget it.
You know that one's got to be
done.
bad if you can't get it.
Yeah, it's freaking horrible. But he is actually a like 5th degree black belt in karate and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
he
that,
was
so
in that
him being
Michael
in it-
Mann like black belt movie.
He's in a shit ton of
Red
movies,
Belt
though.
or whatever it's called.
He's in that black belt movie, Red Belt. But he was in Amistad. He was in Love Actually, Serenity, Kinky Boots, The Inside Man, American Gangster.
Is he gay in real life?
Is he gay in real life?
Is he gay?
I don't know. To be honest, I didn't come up in my research. There was like, I didn't have the sexual.
They
orientation
can't even
thing checked
ask
out.
these questions anymore. That's the lame part.
You can ask. I just didn't know.
Ask your thing.
Yeah.
Siri or
hey,
whatever.
yeah.
Google check.
Oh, it's turned all the way down. We won't hear it even if I do it.
Good. Shut that bitch
So,
up.
he was also obviously his big thing was 12 Years a Slave, and then he was in The Martian. Another piece of Sherlock technology. Obviously, bearing the lead here. Benedict Cumberbatch plays Sherlock Holmes.
I'm surprised you never mentioned that in your thing. You
I-
just said movies.
Well,
though.
we got cut off. I kind of cut it off where I was going because
You
we
could've
started
just
talking
kept
about
going.
something
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's in my thing here. But yeah, so he plays Sherlock. He played Watson in Sherlock Gnomes, the animated movie. And then you have
Hey, I pay the bills, man.
Rachel McAdams, who was in the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr., who plays Iron Man, and then who plays Watson with Sherlock is Martin Freeman, who's in who is in Civil War and Black Panther. So like tons and tons, and I think there's even more than that as we go through it.
They've been together a lot. Martin Freeman and this dude.
Oh yeah,
Hobbit.
yep,
Not this, but the universe.
yes. Well, they're English.
Oh, there she is.
She is so weirdly asexual and attractive and unattractive all at the same time.
I
It's
would just say unattractive.
I don't know.
I
No,
do like bald chicks.
to me, she has that kind of like I like Kate Blanchett more in this scenario, but like she has that Kate Blanchett kind of like, is she beautiful? Like, is she like she's got this kind of exotic
Right. I
something.
will go with that.
So, and it's just like, and I think that people just, it's almost like a Rorschach. Like you just take it for what you want it to be.
Be whatever
It's like
you want.
It's like, you look like a lesbian. You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. And it's like, and yes, and lesbians can be the most beautiful people we've ever seen too. That's also a thing, but that's all that depresses me.
Oh,
'Cause
I like the conversation they have here.
I liked, and I like this too, because it's very hard because they're trying to ground this in a quote unquote reality.
Right.
Of you need to be able to believe that this is a thing. And how are you going to do that? And she's just going to go and she's going to explain it to you. Well, this exists and this is how it exists and this is why it exists.
So how did he find her?
Benjamin Bratt because he was going through.
Right.
He was going through like.
He's like, I had my legs
cases.
blown off a landmine. Now I'm playing basketball, bro.
Yeah, I dunked, bro. I dunked. Yeah, no, he had like he had major spinal injury or something like that. That was basically like you couldn't even.
Right.
Like you wouldn't like something that he said was impossible to fix, but now he's like in no problem.
Right.
And then he said you got to go here and you figure it out. And
'Cause
that's apparently.
It seems like pretty easy to find the ancient one, but I'm sure she must know more than she's letting on. I'm sure she only is seen by people that she wants to be seen by.
Yes. Yeah. It's my thought is she's looking for you more than you're looking for her. And it's like if
Is that a bald cap? Because, man, these bald caps are kicking ass these days,
I think
man.
she actually did shave her head for this, if I'm not... I don't recall, to be honest with you, but I think she did shave her head. I
like looking at things through keyholes.
Oh, I get it. As I look into the keyhole, I see boobies. I see boobies. I don't even... Like, where did that even come from?
It was some spoof on the radio or something.
Oh, okay. Because I remember, like, I remember, like, that coming up and then being like, that's not, like, a Weird Al thing. I know that that's a spoof on a Michael Jackson song. But to my knowledge, only Weird Al is licensed to do such a thing. So I was like, I don't know. I was like, is that just a Michael Jackson lyric that I'm not catching?
That was when it, hee.
Yeah.
She's got some big old vein thing back there. Looks like a tapeworm.
That's what also leads me to believe more that it's also not a bald cap, because I get a couple of those veins too.
Holy fuck.
Oh, I love
I once ripped a fart that was so awesome this happened. Like, my God.
To the people who can't see, my wife walked out just as that happened. Todd and I have always had a really good knack for people walking in at the most out of context thing. And like that one time when, what was it? That was our buddy Travis. Was like on all fours and he was like joking like to get the dog to come over and get him, and his like dad opened the doors. I was just like, no.
Like he was sexually presenting himself to the dog.
You know,
and we were there cheering him on.
You know how you do.
Dog, fuck him, come on, man, yeah, come on.
Finish him. Oh, it's so good.
I like that Stephen Strange is such like a prick that she had to prove to him. She had to do this to him. Mm-hmm. I just like his attitude too, where he's like, you don't know, life is just this.
Yeah. Well, and as a man of like logic and that sort of thing, you have to kind of put yourself there. Like that's like you can't open your mind to such things. I really do like I'd like to know how he had to, like how you act this.
You just scream.
Right? Because
you float and you scream.
Yeah. Although some of it, I'm sure, like
look at that.
Yeah, ugh, he just got like eaten into a sphincter of some sort.
It was a base sphincter. It was the brown note.
This is a really good movie to see in the theaters, not even for the imagery as much as the imagery is awesome, but the sound was outstanding in this movie.
You should take LSD and then go to the movies. Yeah. I just think visually all this shit was really cool, and I like the magic stuff. Yeah. I think it's really neat. I think the whole thing is really, really cool. I just like when they open it up into different things.
Yeah. This whole movie is a Tool video.
Oh my God. Is this Freddy? Freddy's got you.
Yeah. That's like, and just like those hands turning into the face, like real, like hardcore, just like real hardcore imagery and stuff like that. Like I don't even know how they imagined one thing into the next. I know they had a guy who was like a fractal artist and stuff like that, doing like consulting, and that's like how like these worlds got built, especially like Dormammu's world and things like that.
Fractal artist.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Oh, he's swallowing himself over and over again. I wish I could do that. Wait.
This kind of reminds me of the Quantum Realm.
Yeah.
Floating around.
Well, and this is it too. This was kind of one of the biggest points of the movie was to introduce you to a multiverse, to give you this idea that all of these possibilities, because I think that the information in this movie is going to play more into Endgame than the information in any other movie, with maybe the exception of Ant-Man and the Wall.
It's going to be Ant-Man's Quantum Realm and Doctor Strange, because one of the theories they're saying is that just like, in the movie, he just kind of put them in a time loop or something. Yeah. So
Well, and they make a point too of you'll get caught in a time portal or something like that or whatever. They make that point, and I think Ant-Man and the Wasp. But between that and then the idea of the multiverse, I think that it's going to be that form of time travel that's going to actually get back some of our heroes to fight, and then help them figure out how to get themselves back. Like it's going to be a big.
I had a theory. Probably not going to happen, but it's going to be a pretty fucking long movie.
Yes, it's going to be very long.
Captain America's going to die.
Oh no,
he's going to die being a hero, but it's not going to be Captain America because they're going to have to go back in time and get him when he was scrawny. And the scrawny version of him is going to save the day.
That would be cool.
Yep. And he dies a hero.
Nice.
Not the pumped up, drugged out Captain America. He's going to be the young.
And then you'll hear everybody.
His name was.
Still the same.
Rogers.
There you go,
Steven Rogers.
I was going to say Steve Adams, and I knew that wasn't right.
Steven Tyler. Isn't this dude his main bad guy in the comics?
Baron Mordo, yes.
Yes.
Who, by the way, the people who were lined up to play him were, let me find it, Mads Mikkelsen was up for that role, and Gary Oldman was up for this role.
And Johnny Five.
I'm glad they actually went, though. I think that Mads Mikkelsen could have been interesting, but I think Gary Oldman is too old. I think that it was necessary to have somebody the same age.
I agree.
As him.
I think he's great. That dude's a great actor there. Shalai 4.
That's the one.
Shalai Zal's number 4. No, now you're a beggar in Nepali, bro. That's where we all end up. Whoa.
Chewy Telephone Joe Phone. Is that his name? He is quite good though.
Knows.
See, I really like too. Again, we talk about like the people who they've been able to bring into the universe and stuff, and he's like, these are people I want to see more of. And they have said Doctor Strange 2 is happening. So
it should be.
Yeah. And so it's like so I think that's when you're gonna see more Baron Mordo. I think that's gonna be his main bad guy in that. But also there's something about apparently Benjamin Bratt is like a part of that. Like he's his like second in command or something like that.
Oh no shit.
I don't know. The after the credit sequence I think like leads you into that a little bit. But so you saw his Wi-Fi password Shambhala, which was like his. It was like his.
It was a little winky.
It was his.
Winkaroo.
But that's how you got to do it because it's like there's certain things that are just they don't translate to now. And a great example is saying the word Shazam to become a superhero.
Shazam!
And that's happening. And DC just open. They're like, we're finally going to do the comedy that we're going to do.
That's
we're doing
how
Shazam.
His power works.
I know, but
you
it's
say
just,
Shazam and he becomes Shazam.
I know, but I feel like again, it's one of those things where it's like you can get around that.
No, you can't. That was like the coolest part.
It's literally the least cool part of
Not
the whole
even
thing.
Close. Saying Shazam is pretty cool to me, man. Shamalama ding dang.
See,
what about that?
Better. But that's what I'm saying. Like this Shambhala, that's how he was like originally like accessed his power and stuff. I really like the visuals of the things that they conjure too. Way more so than not that the two even compare, but like more than Green Lantern. Because I kind of consider Green Lantern and him like these guys are the. Because like everybody always has like their kind of like Marvel and DC equal, like how you've got like Batman and Iron Man, you've got the rich guy who takes the suit and does the thing or whatever. I was like Green Lantern and Doctor Strange are in that sort of equal. Now while he is an intellectual and stuff on top of that, he is a part of a society that is protecting the world from blah blah blah. Whereas like using like these powers and stuff like that. Yeah, Benedict Wong. It's kind of funny because he's got his name's Wong in this, and then he's got Benedict Cumberbatch's first name in real life. So and his last name's actually Wong, so it all ties in. He was in Spy Game, Moon, Johnny English Reborn, Prometheus, Kick-Ass 2, and another guy who was in The Martian.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
I like him a lot actually. I find he has a real charm to him.
I agree. I really like him too. I really like seeing him in the. And what's it called? The last one there.
Infinity War.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I think, like, as dumb as it sounds, I could have even done with more characters. I've complained so many times about too many characters being in these movies, or
Not me, man. They do great.
Well, no, these guys do great, but I'm talking just in the past of like thinking about Spider-Man 3 or something like that. You're bringing in too many people,
Just
you're wrecking
overloaded.
it. But like you cannot, like Infinity War, if you would have introduced 10 other people who've been in the previous movies, I would have just gotten happier and happier. Like if fucking Jeff Goldblum showed up, I'm like, yep, I'm all in.
Fucking A.
And just
You think we'll ever see Goldblum again?
Yeah.
Stuck on the planet there.
He was,
I don't think he's leaving anytime soon.
He was too good. I don't think you'll ever see him as anything more than a cameo again.
It's too bad because he would have made a great Beyonder. Jeff Goldblum would have been a great
I don't know
total.
What is that all about?
The Beyonder, I'm hoping that they do that storyline after the Skrulls. That's where all the superheroes get even if you were like reading the comic of Spider-Man, all of a sudden the last page Spider-Man, like a portal opens up and Spider-Man's, what's this? And he goes, checks it out.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four goes missing, most of the X-Men. So all the teams, like at the end of these movies, they have to reassemble different guys and like, this guy took over. Like the Punisher came in the Fantastic Four because they were missing guys. But it was this super being from out in space who had no idea of Earth or anything, but he noticed a tiny little rip.
Oh, yeah?
Like in the universe. And he's like, the fuck is that? And then when he looked through it, he saw Earth and all the heroes.
Oh, cool.
And he's totally like, whoa, these guys are so cool. So he takes them and just kind of fucks with them.
Oh, interesting.
And in that original story was where Venom came from.
Oh, really?
Because Spider-Man finds a machine that gives you a new suit, and he goes into it and it gives him Venom.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's one of the theories of how he got his. I think there's another way that they said that the symbiote came about, but
yeah. Nice.
But
Well, I mean, a lot of them.
The next one after the Skrulls.
A lot of the explanations are really no more energetic than it came from space. And that's like the end of it.
Well, you don't need an explanation. We don't know what the fuck's going on out in space. Do you? I don't fucking know.
I can get pretty far into space and know what's going on. But Mads Mikkelsen, I think he's awesome. Super underappreciated talent. Obviously, he was in Casino Royale was probably the first place I noticed him.
Yes, me too.
Hannibal, he was in Rogue One, where he was really good. Not a huge part in Rogue One, but he was good for what he did. He was in Clash of the Titans, King Arthur, Three Musketeers. But like, he's one of those guys. I'll check.
He's been in a shit ton of movies. Good for him.
He shows up. Yeah, he will show up.
And he's in Polar. Netflix's Polar Express.
Nice. An interesting little tidbit. Mads Mikkelsen's brother is Lars Mikkelsen, who was actually a bad guy in Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch.
It all fucking comes around, eh?
But it comes around even more because he is the Danish. He did the Danish dub as Doctor Strange for this movie.
No way.
So he plays Doctor Strange's voice in the
Danish
movie.
version. He does the dub.
So the two brothers are against each other because I believe Mads Mikkelsen did his own dub. I know Pom Clementif in the next movie did the French dub.
What you get for doing the Dutch dub?
Probably not much. Like
you get to eat from the catering table last time.
No, I think what happens though is because you do it as part of like you work for a movie company specifically. Like you're not even hired. Like it's not like these guys hired the people to do their dubs. It's
right.
It's like Marvel, Marvel Amsterdam or whatever like deals with that.
I wonder if that's something that you put into your contract. Like they're saying, listen, we're going to put you in our movies, but anytime there's the Dutch, whatever, you got to be our guy. So that's in your contract, the fucking dub over money.
Well, I know that most people have a guy or have a person who is always their person.
Right.
And so, that's...
When you watch like every other movie in like Quebec, it's like the same 4 actors doing the overdubbing for everybody. That must be a sweet fucking gig.
That would be a
Could you handle that to watch every fucking movie the guy's got the same voice?
I would not like that
I know, neither would I.
But this is why... Oh, hello.
Whoa.
This reminds me of that Gillette commercial that's going on right now.
The way it's so strong it can chop your arm right off?
No, it's the like this dad teaching his son how to do things through life, but he doesn't have a hand, but he's also teaching him how to play football and all that. Then it shows him get drafted and stuff like that, and then you see he's he's a running back, but he doesn't have a hand and stuff like it's just like that kind of thing.
They both don't.
But
have
it
hands?
starts just the kid. The kid doesn't have a hand.
Oh,
and
I thought the dad
he's teaching
was
his son how to
and
say.
then I was like, wait,
shave.
now they both don't have hands.
Yeah,
Like, where's this?
I think when it was all said and done, they accidentally shaved off all their hands. Nice. I like. Again, it's like just the subtleties. He actually trained with a dancer, and it was a famous dancer whose name I did not write down.
Bob.
Yeah,
What's his name?
No, it's not Fosse.
Fosse.
That'd be amazing.
In
He's
this scene, there should have been Buddy the Balrog. Should have been lying there dead.
Oh, that would have been amazing. But
There's so much crossover into that realm, anyways, with these fuckers.
for sure. But he studied again just to do all those like little movements and stuff like that, just like Scarlet Witch did there. She like went and like basically learned like choreography, so you wouldn't just be like waving your hands around like a maniac. It's like got a rhythm.
He went to the
and it's got,
Wizarding
like,
Harry
smoothness.
Potter school.
Pretty much.
They told him how to use your fucking hands properly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you like that. To me, sounds like it's a little overboard.
What's
like going to like, this is how a wizard would do this. I mean, you just fucking wave your arms around.
Well,
make it
it's
look good.
no, but they're just basically saying like, I just want to not look like I'm waving my arms around. Like it's not like this is how a wizard would do it. It's like I just want to make it look good. So they're like, here's how to, because you don't really think about
I
it.
just did fucking so many spells right there.
That looked kind of retarded.
No, it didn't. I learned it underwater.
What? Oh, okay. Well, you drowned then. It's okay. No, no, but it's just one of those things. It's just like you learn you learn a rhythm and you learn how to repeat the same thing over and over again. And like, because like a lot of their moves are things that happen constantly, right? Like it's like doing those little like, it's like, so if that's your spell, you have to be able to do it every time.
Right. The same. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. A little consistency.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, so cool. So cool.
Yeah.
What a dick.
His hands are working great. Look at you
Oh,
shaving everything.
was that the
now.
Philips One Blade?
I think it is.
I have that. It's really good.
Fucking product placement.
Yeah. So
There it
this episode brought to you
is.
by the Philips One Blade.
He does. It's only got one blade, so take your time.
Oh, so nice.
Oh yeah, Benedict.
He is the best looking ugly man in the history of the world. He looks kind of like the fish man from the Dishwalla video, but at the same time, it's like I totally understand why people are attracted.
Dishwalla video. No, I think he's got a lot of character in his face. I like him. I think he's an attractive man.
It's a very deep pull. Obviously, like so I'll continue from his movies like where we left off because I think I stopped after the Simpsons thing. He was also in 12 Years a Slave with Chiwetel Ejiofor. He was in The Fifth Estate playing Julian Assange, The Imitation Game, Zoolander 2. He had a little role in. He played the Grinch in the most recent movie, which wasn't bad. It was a cute little movie. It's not.
I didn't say it.
It's not
I can be sitting that one out. Oh,
Yeah. It's not a.
well, he is listening to Beyonce right now or something, isn't he? Yeah.
No, he's got nothing in his ears right now. He just. See.
Yes, he does. He's listening to headphones.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and I think he's listening to
he is,
Beyonce
yeah.
too or something. One of the ones he said, he's like, you know Beyonce, right? Come on,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
super
yeah.
famous. He's like, no.
That's right. Yeah, I'm having a harder time. here.
Look at
This is another just cool little thing.
Imagine if we could do this in school.
Oh man,
Imagine all this shit I actually could get done.
we would accomplish nothing.
Oh my god.
It was like I still watched the same movie again 13 times. Look at me. I stayed up and watched Raw, and then like
And then watched it again at the 12 o'clock replay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to change the channel.
couldn't be bothered. I couldn't actually physically touch anything because I was a ghost spirit.
Oh, those are the days.
This is something that I always like because they have to create in these movies where like you have these like crossover dimensions and what have you. They have to create a way for you to understand that you're in it, and like this was theirs is this like diamond broken glass kind of thing, and it's really cool looking.
Well, yeah, he's learning. Because I guess like a lot of time is going by, right? We're supposed to believe, right? Because his hands are doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, at
he's
this
learning.
point.
He's getting better. Oh, he's got some touch of gray.
Yeah. Yeah. One would assume.
He should be the guy for touch of gray.
Yeah.
He should be their spokesperson. Dr.
Yeah.
Stephen Strange for touch of gray.
That
I'm
be-
not even gray.
Yeah. I'm doing fine.
The sorcerer.
Yeah. He just snaps his fingers and it just goes back to perfect. Like,
But you
brown.
can't do that, so touch of gray.
Yeah. Yeah. You do this. Don't even try.
I do
doing
this, you do this, and he holds it up. Touch of gray.
Ah,
Holy fuck.
Well done. So let's talk about Scott Derrickson for a moment.
I'm going to talk about that.
We're gonna do it. He
that?
was in the day the or he directed The Day the Earth Stood Still. He wrote Hellraiser Inferno. He did,
Never saw it, but right on.
He did Deliver Us from Evil, Sinister. He wrote and directed The Exorcism of Emily Rose. So he's mostly in the horror world. And then
He's a creeper.
But it was just interesting because I was like, what? I didn't see anything in his resume that would say you should do this kind of movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, I would almost say like, oh, the cinematographer from Inception would be like somebody you would go for. Or something like that. I don't know.
It's weird how they pick them, man.
I know.
They just know it.
And then John Spates was the co-writer on it. There was another co-writer on it as well, but who works with Scott Derrickson on all those other things. But John Spates, he wrote Prometheus, he wrote Passengers, The New Mummy. He's got 3 pretty big upcoming ones. He wrote the new script for the Dune remake.
No shit.
He wrote there's a new Van Helsing movie coming out that's I don't know if it's a reboot or just whatever. And then he wrote Justice League Dark.
Oh, that's an awesome movie.
So
Justice League Dark is fucking awesome.
Well, I think it's a live action one because this one's upcoming. This one hasn't come out yet.
Sweet.
So,
well, the cartoon one was wicked.
Yeah.
That was a fucking badass.
So this is the staff of the Living Tribunal in the
Holy fuck.
in the movie or in the comic universe. The Living Tribunal is like a super powerful character.
Yeah, everybody gets their own relic.
Yeah.
What do you think yours would be?
Oh man,
he's got a big whippy thing. He gets the sweet coat.
I don't know. I think it would be a bench.
A bench.
Just something I popped it out.
Yeah, there it is.
Just a place to rest.
It blew my face right off.
Yeah,
there.
I know. I apologize. It
Turning
won't happen.
Turning
again.
it down. Usually it's me.
Fine.
Holy fuck.
Oh, I love the looks of this. Actually, they kind of ripped that off as the date we record this. It's February 13th.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. Actually, we're not quite at midnight.
Fuck.
Or did you just realize that tomorrow's Valentine's Day?
Yep.
All right, we'll stop at a Walmart on the way home.
Fuck.
But I've got some chocolate hearts here. Do you want one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's got a bite out of it. Whatever.
It's fine.
That's explainable.
But yeah, anyways, today's February 13th, and the Frozen 2 teaser trailer just came out.
Frozen 2?
Yeah. And you see Elsa running on the water, and she's running on, like, she's making, like, ice and then running on the pads of water. And she's trying to, like, you don't know what she's doing or why she's doing it, but she's trying to get over these giant waves. And she keeps trying it over and over again. And then, like, you see, she, like, blows this big thing and then, like, blows a big thing of ice up, and she's running, and it's all crumbling as the wave is, like, pushing it over, and then she goes down, and it looks like it's an action movie. Like, there's a lot of...
They don't show you what she's going over the thing for?
No, it's just a teaser, and then it shows... But then it goes to a thing, and it shows, like, Kristoff, and he's, like, riding his moose there, his reindeer, and then he's with a bunch of other ones that are all charging, and then you see Anna, like, steal Kristoff's sword and, like, just swings at the camera, and then it just goes Frozen 2, and you're like... I'm like, I don't know what's going on in this
Toy
movie.
Story 4 preview I saw.
Yeah, that movie looks fun, man.
It does look good, actually. I was like, what the fuck are they going to do? But I was like, it looks good.
They always pick a place where toys are that you've never even thought of. Like the second one takes you to the toy store and to the collectibles.
It was like
and
where
stuff
the
like
fair.
That. And then this one's at the fair.
I think it's a road trip movie though, really.
Yeah, because I can't remember what happens specifically, but I also like it. Also brings in the idea of toys that you've created because you got Forky there, who's being voiced by Tony Hale's doing the voice.
Forky.
Yeah, Tony Hale, and he's just a spork with like pipe cleaners for arms and legs, and like, but like the one thing I saw is he realized
I didn't see Forky.
Oh, he's in the original teaser trailer where it's all of the characters like they're like hands in a circle and they're like ring around the rosy type thing, and then he's there, and then he realizes like, what am I? I'm a monster.
I saw one with Keegan Michael Key and those two guys.
Yeah,
Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Whoa. Just the Apple core, not anything else.
That's very cool. And again, it's the way they just almost casually at this point still introducing Infinity Stones.
Yes.
Just like, oh yeah, by the way, there's this thing. Oh yeah, it's
an
Infinity Stone, by the way.
Do you think that they introduced Stephen Strange more, like in the beginning, more to show off the stone?
I think it was
Or like
necessary.
a both, maybe both.
I-
Did they think to themselves, can we just mention this stone, or should we talk about Stephen Strange and his connection to the stone, and like would that help?
I think it was. I think they knew well ahead of time. I bet you there was a meeting just about the stones, and they're like, let's talk about the stones. Well, the gems. I heard a guy lose his goddamn mind over that. He's like, they're Infinity Gems. Don't try and like toughen them up by calling them stones. They're called gems in the comic. Just call them gems.
Right.
Like, really, that's not the argument you should be having, because who gives a shit?
Yeah, for real.
It's like,
You should be arguing about the race of the characters.
exactly. Why is that stone green?
Yeah, exactly.
Racist.
That stone was red.
Actually, some of them are different colors than they were in the comics, but
Yeah?
I couldn't tell you which, but
Wow.
I've heard that. But I'm willing to bet they had to sit down, and they're sitting there and they're like, okay, we need to talk about each stone. Where does it come from? How are we going to introduce it? And then they were sitting there, well, if Stephen Strange is involved in this in any way, shape, or form, then we need to introduce him, right? It's
Right.
like, they know it's another movie that they can have. And it's like, hey, we can just have this under our belt. That'll be...
They just said that he's like, you know what? That probably helps. He just said right now, he's like, the fact that you can even do that spell was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's like, I have a photographic memory, and he's like, it's more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, congratulations, you read stuff, but...
Yeah. Oh, he's got it.
See, I like this a lot, too, and, like, just these, like, little mentions to the Avengers. Like, yeah, the Avengers are doing this, but we're doing this.
Have we already seen Thor and him? Didn't
No.
Thor already meet him, or is that later?
That happens later.
And he keeps refilling his beer.
Yes, that actually, you will see that in the post-credits in this movie, but it also happens in Ragnarok.
Right, okay.
Which, yeah.
Ragnarok, which we forgot about.
Yes, sort of.
Not too late.
Yeah.
It's not too late. It's never too late. We can turn back time, like Cher and all
Yeah.
those surgeries. Turn back time.
If I could find a way.
You look good in that dress, too.
Oh, thank you.
Riding a rocket launcher. Dormammu.
Oh, yeah, Ragnarok is it comes right before Infinity War.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, because, yeah, that makes perfect sense, because the last thing
And we
that
get the
happens
Hulk
is
back, and everybody shows up again. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Uh-oh, they're talking Dormammu's here.
I always love that. See, and this is a really good example, too. This is what they could have and should have done with Galactus.
No, then Dormammu would have to be a giant robot.
Yeah, it could have been. Or it could have been like
Do you
Shaquille O'Neal.
think-
I'm here to kill your world.
That would be amazing.
O'Neal, the Diesel.
In his the Diesel in his steel makeup. And
Well, it's not making- yeah,
his
it's-
Shaq Fu wristbands.
Oh,
his
he's doing everything.
steel.
His
yeah.
Kazam turban.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Just a mix. Do you think Dormammu can take Thanos?
I think that short answer, yes. But like no, if we're taking the gauntlet out of the
Right.
equation, just like who is a
Dormammu's something different altogether, man.
Yeah.
He's like some weird shit.
Yeah,
he's
he's-
like the nothing or something where he like
he's like
he's
a
just
world
like
eater.
dark energy or something. He's like some
Yeah.
fucking thing.
And that's exactly why, because it's like Thanos as a warrior can't fight him.
He's
There's
like
there's nothing-
antimatter or some
Yeah.
shit. He's like
Yeah, he's like there's nothing to fight when you fight Dormammu.
Yeah.
You're just like it's
I heard a theory as well talking about Ghost.
yeah.
So because Ghost she's like stuck in between the two planes of existence from going into the quantum realm
Yeah.
all the time.
She is really good in that movie.
They're questioning whether or not she could have been, not if would she have been, or was she? Can she be affected by the snap because she technically doesn't exist in the living realm?
Well, by the time that the snap occurs, she doesn't.
Right.
They fixed her by the time the snap occurs. But I would like, because
They did?
Yeah, remember. Well, we'll get
I
to it.
thought
when
she
it
was all
happens.
fucked.
She was no, because at the very end, remember Michelle Pfeiffer comes out and she's got the quantum energy and she basically like cures her.
Right.
So
Oh, that quantum energy.
man,
Where he just found himself like the sorcerer's safe house.
yes. I love that. Just switch to whatever you want.
Reminds me of like Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, there is. I think we just missed it. There's a thing for Moon Knight in here.
Always with the fucking background shit, eh? And the little cases. Oh,
I love.
it's neat, eh?
I like that they did something with it, like the sentience of the. Like at first, when it first started doing stuff, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be silly, isn't it?" But then I was kind of like down with it the entire time.
I take it he's got his own vibe going on in the Infinity War too. Mm-hmm. He's like fucking around.
Yeah, I feel like.
Holy jeez.
I feel like Kevin Hart believes he should have been the voice of the Cape.
Oh man.
Yeah, don't you? No, that's Chris Tucker.
Come on. Oh yeah, well, should have been Chris Tucker.
He's a little light on this.
I was watching. I think it was called Fool's Gold with Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey. Looked like a fucking terrible movie. Anyways, they're hunting for treasure. Mm-hmm. The thing is called Fool's Gold, and they're in it. Oof. Kevin Hart was in it. I was like, whoa! Like, when was this movie out?
Yeah,
it was way before his.
It had to have been before the. Ugh.
Look at Burned Eyes there.
Yeah.
You got your emo makeup on there, bud. You been crying tonight again because Daddy didn't give you your allowance?
He looks like that was turning into like a Dennis Miller, like a cha-cha. Yeah, it looks like he leaned on like 2 cigarettes.
Big ones.
Yeah, exactly. Giant, like, they're Dormammu cigarettes.
Dormammu brand. If you want to experience a multiverse of flavor.
I do.
Pick up a pack of Dormammus. They only sell them in Wakanda. One place in Wakanda.
Yeah, of course.
Well, they'll tell you they don't have them, but they have them. Whoa. Fuck was that thing?
That was his. I made this. Like, I'm trying to decide because it looks different from everything else that they conjure and stuff. I'm like, is that part of like the dark magic that he did, or is it like it was mirror dimensions?
Well, when he brought up the whatever they were saying, you were breaking the laws of time or physics or something. That looks like he's throwing something like that at you.
Well, and that was physically when he did whatever he did. That's why they were deformed because they started breaking those
laws.
Yes.
Breaking the law.
Is his shield more... I guess not. I was just going to say, is his shield more powerful than Captain America's shield because it's created out of, like, magic?
I don't know. He could whoop Superman's ass, though.
Yeah. Thank God. Everybody should be able to whoop. I think we should just make a world where literally everybody can take Superman.
That should be the next flip they do with the character. He's a fucking wimpo. And he needs help all the time. Like Jimmy at his paper company.
Is it part of The Office now?
Yes.
It's Jim at the paper company?
Yes, it is.
It's just the movie is mostly just Jim looking into the camera and be like, Superman. You know? Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, he was one always to... Well, I guess they all kind of looked at the camera in The Office.
Yeah, but it was it was his that was like the iconic look. Like if you want to look up the... if you want to look up like the memes or the GIFs and stuff like that, it's always him. Oh, that would be really... I always
was constantly looking into the camera, like satisfied with the remark he had made.
Oh, absolutely. Or just if somebody says something really stupid or something, like you'd see if Michael said something stupid, he's like, well, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
This is my world.
Oh, they're running for it. I don't know. So what was like the gripes people had?
I didn't hear any I didn't hear any specific gripes about the movie. I just think that people didn't care as much. And I mean, it did make money. Like
I was going to ask you that next. Like, what is this in terms of cash?
So this had a $165 million budget, which is pretty huge for like a first character movie, like a character introduction. It came out. Trolls and Hacksaw Ridge came out at the same time as this, and it beat both of those. And then
by now Marvel movies have the reputation,
but also like you had like these things like it was like the interest of Mel Gibson's like directorial return, and then Trolls being a kids movie. Kids movies always do good money and stuff. But then like Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, and Moonlight was out, and Inferno was out. So there was a lot out at the time. It actually did that's really good performance against those movies. It stayed number one when Arrival came out. Right. Almost Christmas. And the movie Shut In, which I wrote it down for whatever reason. It moved down to number 2 when Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them came out. And then next week it moved down to number 3 when Moana came out. So it played strong. It is pretty low. Domestic, it made $232.6 million. So it's under Winter Soldier, but it's more than Thor 2. Yeah, it's like the 5th lowest of the ones we've done up to this point. And it is the...
You're missing all this physical comedy.
I know. And it was like sitting right in the middle. It made $677 million worldwide.
It's not bad. Sounds good to me, man. Fuck.
I think this got a lot of Europe, though, because you had your Tilda Swinton and you had your Benedict Cumberbatch and you had your Mads Mikkelsen. So I think that this won over Europe really well.
Neat.
This thing was really cool. And again, this kind of reminded me, this looked like a Saw contraption.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh. So I guess the old cape chose him.
Yes.
I have a feeling that cape could have broken out of that glass whenever the fuck it wanted to.
Oh, of course it could have. But again, it's
because the cape's kind of a badass.
Yeah.
And when he saw Buddy, he's like, okay, I could roll with this guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of got an attitude problem.
I think it should be the voice of The Rock.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, have you seen
SmackDown?
Yeah. Have you seen the Hobbs and Shaw?
I have.
Trailer? Does it not look like the most ridiculous and fun movie at the same time?
It looks awesome.
It looks like I want this movie so badly to do better than the Fast and Furious movies. I will probably go see it just to make sure it gets my money.
Once I saw Rock jump off that thing and grab onto that dude hanging from the SWAT team, I was like, oh, man.
The best is when he's mouthing like, fuck you at him and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
I just hope that Jason there doesn't get ripped off for action because it's The Rock.
It doesn't look like he is, though. I think he'll get plenty. The interesting thing, too, is that they're in the Fast and the Furious universe, and they literally have a man who is now bulletproof.
Yeah.
They've now introduced a supervillain into the mix, and they're just totally...
and it's Buddy.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is bulletproof. That's right. He makes like a cool line. I mean, the movie looks fucking awesome.
He punches like holes in steel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be one heck of a last fight scene with The Rock and Jason Statham. I feel might have to team up to beat him.
I think they're going to become one person. They're going to combo and
morph together.
Yeah. From a...
Who does this guy's eye makeup? Bjork? Oh, my fuck.
I told you. It's like the... those like old Hollywood makeup ladies.
Yeah.
And she's one of those who has like the you don't even need makeup, you're so bloody handsome. Like it's like that one, and she's just burned. That voice is not conducive to my throat condition right now.
I love
it. As far as its ranking with the IMDb rankings, it's actually number 6 of the 13 movies we've done to this point, sitting at 7.5. So it's just ahead of Avengers Age of Ultron and just under Civil War.
Right on.
So, well, Civil War and Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, which were tied at 7.8.
Is he now the Sorcerer Supreme because everybody's dead, or because he's got the cape on?
A little bit of because everybody's dead.
The cape has the...
Well, I think that...
He doesn't have it yet.
No, well, he's wearing it, but he's...
Not the cape, sorry, I meant the jewel.
The Agamotto, yeah. I think that once he gets that's his, like, instantly his mega in. But I think that he's coming into his powers just at the right... Like, it all just kind of lined up. He's like, oh, you happen to be... You probably would have been the most powerful guy anyways, but now that everybody's gone, you win by default.
You bumped it up. You're all we've got left, Johnny English.
You did great, kid.
Yeah. Your dad would be proud of you.
That would be amazing. Just everybody, you just go find like the oldest Hollywood actress you can, who is like a Lauren Bacall smoker, just like.
Oh yeah, he's got it on. Oh fudge,
son of a bitch! This scene coming up.
Get out of here!
Yeah, I like that guy. He just seems like he's just another stunt actor. Like he's like, oh yeah,
I see. He moves like a dancer.
Yeah,
he's a dancer.
La 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 la.
Oh, is that Hawkeye when he was turned bad?
Oh yeah.
Look at the fucking pants.
I wonder, like,
guy.
do you think that these guys feel? Do you think they feel silly when they're doing like the hand motions and stuff like that?
No.
Or do you think like, because there's a couple of different ways. Like if you're just, this is really funny. I love this a lot. Just it's just beating the shit. Like that looks a little Evil Dead-y to me.
Yes.
Like that gives me that vibe of just like the way he's getting
You
slid
think that
around.
the
and stuff.
cape would have more than just the physical? Like it would physically have to wrap him up and smack his head up against the thing. You think the cape would be able to like do something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like magic.
I would like to think that they're actually the cape's not doing anything. There's actually an invisible man who's doing everything with the cape.
Yeah.
It's like Bruce Lee, the ghost of Bruce Lee is like tying
It's
you
not
up.
actually the
Like,
cape. He's like, whoa, fuck.
that would be
And he
amazing.
didn't even know the guy was there. Oh, this is right. No, he does heal himself here. He's the only one that can do it.
Yeah.
Fucking right on. You've had an out-of-body experience?
This is a really interesting. Like I couldn't
Robes?
I don't think I could have imagined this scene.
Oh,
And
they
like-
had to bring it back to her somehow,
Well,
right?
that was it,
So-
and that was exactly it. I like you knew that would happen, but then the idea of now you're gonna have this like out of body like fight happening at the same time, and
This movie's exciting, man. There's lots of shit going on.
it does not let up that much.
I know, it's a fucking good one, man. All the wacky... We'll have to see like all the other ones if the special effects hold up. They have so far.
Yeah, no, they do.
10 years back there, whatever,
I don't
right?
think any of this,
And they
like,
were pretty
yeah,
good.
I don't think we've come across any of the movies where you're like, I don't know.
Some of the scene, every now and then you'll get one scene where like, oh,
Yeah.
but it's like a real quick.
But that always happens. She's really good in this. She like, and I
She's
think
a good actress.
she's a good actress, but also she does have a little bit of comedy shot. Like she's been in some comedies and dealt with some of the people, like doing like Wedding Crashers and things like that. Has given her like, at least
If
the
you're a true thespian, you
Yeah.
can do whatever.
yeah.
If the script is good enough, you don't need to be a comedic
But
actor.
but it's not about that. It's about
Like
being
the timing and the blah, blah.
but being into it. Because some
Right.
thespians are
Yeah, like
not
Chevy
into.
Chase, he's
yeah.
just not into it.
Oh, he's decided that whatever he does is funny, but if somebody's telling him to do it, it's not. He's
Yeah.
like, you're not funny, so why would I
Yeah.
do it? Like, that's his.
This guy's still
deal.
getting the biz here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I'm out. This reminds me of the Frighteners, too.
He's totally, absolutely the Frighteners right here.
We got to do the Frighteners someday. That was a
Injects
good
me
movie.
with some of this shit. Oh, fuck. This isn't the astral plane, is it? What plane is this?
This is
the
just-
spiritual?
No, this is the physical plane, but he's now
No,
in the
him,
mirror
the
dim-
two of them fighting. Is this
Oh.
the spiritual plane now? Can he go there?
Yeah, no. No, I think this is the astral plane.
Astral sounds good enough to me.
Yeah. It's the astral plane.
Aren't you for Astral Media?
No, that's not even a place anymore.
Oh, the astral plane. Oh, jeez. So get off me.
Whoa.
This is weird. You know what he was thinking right there? He's like, sometimes with my nurses, I've made out on people that I've been doing surgery on, but I've never rumbled outside of my body with some dude wearing tights.
I know. Is it weird that it's my hope that has happened when I've had surgery? Like,
Yeah.
it's just
you
like
actually fought a demon,
Yeah.
and
No.
and saved the whole world.
no, that I was like people had sex on me or I was
Oh,
molested or some
shit.
shit like that.
Oh fuck.
Hello. This is cool too. I mean, this is a weird tie-in that I never would have thought of. See, I don't know if it says more
Whoa.
I don't know if it says more about me or them. Is it like, was I just not creative enough to think of this, or
What do
they
you
were
mean?
just so creative that they thought of this?
Hit me again, damn it! She still went to slap him, and it didn't work because he's invisible.
I really hope that I really hope that like she's in the next one and all that stuff too. I
Well,
hope,
she's
like,
got to be.
Yeah.
she's the one that grounds it in like reality.
exactly, but it's like you see that kind of shit disappear in these movies, right? Like where it's that kind of reminds me of the last Matrix, where like the
Ooh, what, did you just phase the guy out of
Yeah.
existence or some shit? What happened?
they just blew up his astral self.
Oh, so he's dead for real.
Yeah,
You kill your
Well, it's
soul.
like- yeah, essentially. I guess that's how you would have to put it. Like they've given it all kind of medical
Right.
jargon. It's like where it's like this is not your soul, it's like your astral self.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you can just but it's
Soul.
like
It's
yeah.
your soul. It's your soul. Just get over it.
Yeah. You're allowed to have a soul and there still be no God, because this is definitely a world where there's not a God.
Hey, we don't know. He could be out. He
You-
could still be out there.
You would think at this point he'd have chipped in.
No, he said back in the day that he's not. It's not his fucking fault. Why does he have to chip in? Who said he's got to? He already did everything he's supposed to do.
Yeah. He did nothing.
And create everything. He created filthy movies we're watching right now.
He created not a thing. I was like, if my theory on God would be, if he exists, he never cared about anything. He's just like, yeah, this is here.
Pretty dark, bro. Pretty dark.
He's like, this is here, and I'm leaving it be.
You have no proof on either side.
You're right.
There's no proof. So
You're
it's
right.
literally just your clearly religion-hating bias. Don't listen to him, people. Don't listen. There is a God. He loves you.
He does not love
He
you.
could still... Why would he create all of us to hate us?
So he didn't create any of us.
That's your opinion.
No, but I'm saying if he created the world and then left it to man, he created two people. He created, that's it. Which then means we're all the product of incest.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Of two
that was
people's
always
incest,
the question,
and
right?
then-
That was always one of like, oh, all right. Well.
And then somehow all the other races were born of that.
Yeah, remember they said Adam's rib and all that shit.
Yeah, the rib. Now there's black people. Oh, is that it? Is that why black people are into ribs?
Yeah.
Racist. This is the blackface episode.
We're wearing blackface.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I better get back to your closet there, Bo. He's going back in the closet.
Exactly.
Is this your first portal entering, girl? Come on.
Yeah. No, there's no way.
The
for
hell?
her. This girl's seen the world. She's been through a portal time or two. Whatever. I don't know. I thought I was gonna have something better in there.
She's like, whoa, man, a lot of weird shit going on in this closet lately.
It would have been way better if when the portal closed on the other side, people were having sex. Like you just like, sorry, we thought we'd hide behind the portal.
Again, you two again.
Ugh, that guy's dead.
Oh, yeah, because like he had a symbol in his head that kind of burnt out when his astral soul form was murdered.
Yeah. What was interesting too is, like Mads Mikkelsen's character has kind of like a righteous cause. It reminds me a lot of Count Dooku in episode 2 because he's telling you a truth about your good guys.
Right.
Or your bad guys in that case, because he's like, hey, he's like the republic you serve is being led by the bad guy. They're like, no, that's not the truth, blah blah blah, but it ends up being the truth. And then this one is basically like, hey, your good guy is not the person you think she is, and then.
Yeah, but that's what they always do, right?
I know.
It's like they're lying to you. Why are you letting them use you for their ends?
I know. But then it turns out to be true in this case. And
I just couldn't tell
like,
you all the pieces because it would hurt, yeah.
But in this one, it's a little bit more whiny. Whereas, like, if she can do it, why can't I do it? Like, that's really what it comes down to.
She's a woman, I'm a man.
Yeah.
I should be able to do it. Or is she supposed to be just like an it? Is she supposed to be like a sexless kind of a thing?
Sort of.
Like
she is a woman, but it doesn't matter. It's just she's there.
It doesn't matter. She's a woman.
It's like a spackled up vagina. It's
it's been like phased over.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. Whoa.
You got to do the harm, man.
Buddy, you just saved everything.
Speaking of God and doctors, remember in Malice when
Dr.
he's like,
God?
you think I have a God complex? I am God.
Wasn't that Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking A.
That's I'm willing to bet that's the only part. If I say the word, if I say Malice, even to Alec Baldwin, it's the only thing they'll know about that movie.
Yeah. He just says it all the time.
Dormammu. Like the names, like where do they come up with some of these names? I'm assuming that Dormammu was a part of the comic universe and stuff like that. And I'm like, that seems like that's something that's said after like heavy sedation. Like they're just coming out and they're going, Dormammu, and you're like, oh, right
there it is. No, it sounds like Dorm Mom You.
Oh my God. Whose mom am I having sex with in the dorm?
I don't know, man. Maybe Dormammu's. Dormammu's gonna be pissed.
Fuck your mom. Oh, that's why he's destroying the earth. Doctor Strange fucked his mom in college.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Exactly. Yep.
The MCU officially makes perfect sense.
Fuck. It's true.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And then it's like, you know how she was feeling when I was done with her? She was Thor. Because now he has a lisp.
Thor.
Now he has lisp.
Doesn't it really come down to something petty for like that from Dormammu?
Yeah. Don't hurt my mommy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's right, you know.
And again, it's this. I'm trying to think of some of the other people who are like this, but it's really just a philosophical difference that makes them like on either side of the coin. It's like we're both trying to do the same thing, but the way we're trying to do it, one would consider it being evil, and one would consider it being good.
Crooked cops.
Or as Hayden Christensen would say, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Right?
So.
Yep. I like Dr. Stephen Strange. You can get it done without all this killing.
Yeah. No, I think
He's got to be smart.
I think you should just kill.
Think Dr. Strange could take the Green Lantern?
I think so.
I think he would whoop him. I think he would whoop his fucking ass.
I think it begins and ends with the multiverse aspect of it all.
Right.
Because he's like, he could literally just send him to a place where he could never come back from, whereas the Green Lantern can make a car that's green. You know, it's like he can create weapons and will things, but it's like he can literally just go, you're in the mirrored dimension now, and nothing you do will ever matter again, and nobody will ever see you, and everything's done.
But then he'll just go green.
Realistically, a way to deal with the Hulk, too, if you had to.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be an amazing thing to do in the next Avengers movie? The Hulk breaks out, and then he's like, oh God, he's going to do it. And he just puts him in there, and he's smashing stuff, and it's just all coming back because it's the mirror dimension.
Yeah, we didn't get to see any... I want to see if Captain Marvel and Hulk mix it up. I have a feeling by at the end of the movie, they might have like team up moves where like Captain Marvel like throws Hulk and stuff.
Yeah, that would be actually...
Or like grabs Hulk by the ankles and spins. You know that spin move? And then it can show like as if the camera's stuck to the Hulk.
I kind of would like that. I was actually thinking that would be an interesting way to show like her strength and stuff. If like he doesn't know her and he's finally out and he goes to punch her and she just like one hand stops it. Like, hey, don't do that.
Whoa.
And no fighting on her end. She's just like, hey, no.
Yeah.
Don't.
Oh, there he is.
That book too.
Was he reading some occult book? The fuck was he reading?
It was a book that kind of like is the basis of some of the theories in this movie and stuff like that. It was like some science
I knew you
thing.
must have been reading something there.
Yeah,
if it's,
whoa. In my research, I caught the title of it, but I was just like, it's one of those ones where it's like, I feel like if I started telling that story, we'd just start going like,
whoa.
Oh no, Twin Towers are falling. Oh no, all the towers are falling.
Shit right here, eh?
9/11 Part 2.
All the fuck? Do the people know this is going on?
No, because this is mirror dimension shit.
Whoa.
So it's like when you see people, they're just driving and just doing whatever.
It's like they don't even notice.
Yeah.
Look at that, eh? Mm-hmm. That's like the poster shot.
Yeah, they do.
Now with Mordor, though.
No.
It was before Mordor ran in.
Yeah, Mordor. He is where they have to destroy the One Ring.
Exactly.
Yes.
Deep within him.
That'd be amazing. You see Elijah Wood walks in and just starts like slowly shoving a ring deep up his asshole.
And it's a dirty. Whoa, jeez.
Or then he looks at his asshole and he goes, "The ring is mine," and just slips his finger in it.
The One Ring. 2 rings there, bud.
Yeah, exactly. There's an O ring.
Female zealot grunts. Look at those fucking stairs, yo.
Yeah, well, I've always said New York fire escapes are fucked up.
Holy fuck! Where's my apartment here? For God's sake! Whoa!
Yeah. It's all.
I remember the subway, but not that part.
That would have been like I wonder if they did. I was like, you could slip a billion Easter eggs into some of this imagery.
Fuck yeah!
Like you could see Spider-Man swinging somewhere and you'd never fucking notice it.
Oh shit!
Oh, don't choke him. That seems like when you're magicians, that seems like a cheat.
That seems below you, right? It's beneath you. Yeah, he's got that thing going.
Phew! I'm surfing on.
Well, I mean,
if
you're in this crazy world, you might as well, right? Just get crazy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Why rumble the guy? Fuck that.
Uh-oh.
Awesome. Oh shit! Here she comes with her Goku approved gear on or whatever. Fucking.
Yeah, she is straight out of a fucking.
She is like, what was the Avatar, the last Airbender? Yes. She looks like one of them.
Yeah, she does look exactly like.
She looks like a waterbender or whatever.
Not Naruto.
Whoa.
Whatever.
See, and this is like, I know you liar. You lied to me.
Yeah. We're all telling each other stories now. I would like to.
He ousts her.
I'm kind of curious to see, like, if in the next movie, I would like to see a backstory on
The ancient one?
on Mordo,
I'm sure when he's the main bad guy, we'll get it.
because he even says he's like, I came to you looking for the power to defeat my enemies. I'm like, what were his enemies? Like, I want to know
Right.
what's going on. Like,
Like,
was
really
he
digs
from
that sword thing.
Yeah, I love her movements in this too, eh?
Matrix.
Very like kind of like monk minimalistic, but at the same time,
Ooh.
yeah.
Should reverse the flow on that one.
Have you seen that wrestler? I've seen footage of him a few times where like his dick is all powerful. It's a big thing on the internet. Like a guy grabbed him by the balls and then he like flexed and then the guy started like like he was in an arm lock from the guy's balls.
What?
Oh, I'll have to
show.
show.
Not seen this.
I'll have to show
Is
you.
it a
later.
real wrestler
'Cause
gimmick or is this some
yeah,
bullshit?
it's like an independent wrestler thing, but he does it all the time. And then
He's got to be the guy that grabs his
oh.
dick. Holy shit,
Yeah, I
that
know.
looked brutal.
But then I saw a thing recently where a guy came. He's like, I tried to end his career, and like he was wearing like this metal thing to protect him.
Tried to end his career.
And then he was sitting there, and he went in like under the thing, and he pulled out a. Sorry, I did that specifically for noise reduction later. I have a spot where I can go get.
I was like, what the fuck's happening?
Sorry.
You're having a seizure again.
I'm always having a seizure. But no, he got a chainsaw out from underneath the thing, and he took it to the guy's nuts, but he had like this metal thing on, so sparks were going, and then the guy again, he went like, oh, and then the guy while holding the chainsaw was like, ah, and he got like flipped over. Like it was just, it's the craziest thing you've ever seen, man. It's so cool. It's just
Sounds like the dumbest fucking thing.
it is. It's the kind of thing you would hear that would happen in like a house show,
Right.
like when they're just like fucking around. And,
Well, hopefully he doesn't really like this character very much, because if he goes to any other promotion, this will not happen.
yeah. No, I feel like that's exactly what WWE
Oh, they're
needs
just
right
like,
now.
I'm going to go to the pop machine. He's like, where are you going?
It'd be the best if you could just hear in like a high pitched voice going, "Chase me."
She's like, you know what, dude, I've been fighting this battle for eons, man. I'm going to get a Coca-Cola vanilla, bro.
She is listed as a cast member in Endgame,
Oh.
so I don't know
Is
what
this
that
her
means.
at the end here? What? Is she dead?
Yeah,
Whoa, that's neat looking.
this is
Like,
actually
this movie is just there's just so much shit going on in this movie the whole time.
this is actually a little bit of foreshadowing to Infinity War. She's talking about how she's been looking at like all her futures and all of her things, but she's never been able to see past this exact moment because that's how she knows.
She knew. You should never look into your own death, bro.
Yeah,
You never want to know that.
it really
man.
helps you get your shit in order, though.
Probably.
It's like, okay, like everything's taken care of. I'm not leaving some kind of like erroneous debt, like with like my next of kin or something.
All
like
people's
that.
debt should die with them.
Yeah,
That doesn't even make
most
sense.
it does usually.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
when,
good,
when my dad
because,
died.
jeez.
When my dad died, all I had to do was I had to send a copy of his death certificate to the places. And
Right.
then it was wiped out. But like most places aren't monsters, but then some people really are.
Yeah.
Like-
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just you owe to me. Like, no, I didn't take that fucking loan out. But like,
yeah.
the fuck do you think? That's
Yeah.
like when you're like obviously like you're like a crime lord or something, and you're like,
Yeah.
I give my money back one way or another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you're a piece of shit. Clearly.
Yeah, just hang up the phone. I was like, you don't have any of my information.
Yeah. Well, they just called you
Yeah, well, you got my phone
to
number.
call
that's
you a
enough.
piece of shit.
So I did that to the gym, that closed, and then they had
That's
like another.
fucking great.
They had another location that was like way far away that didn't have any of the stuff, and I'm like, well, you can't send me to collect. Like, you have nothing of mine.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just not going to pay your bill, and then you're going to not receive money, and then we're all going to be
know.
cool with that.
I don't know what it was for, but I was dodging something forever. And
My dick.
oh yeah, like fucking like they'll stick and roll.
Yeah.
And eventually I was just like, they would find you though. They would find me.
Yeah.
I would live in Toronto at the time, and I'd be fuck, it's the wrong person. Somebody would just pick the
You,
phone and be like, hey, it's and I'd be like, fuck, like
Yeah.
they found me. Eventually, I just paid it.
I got a lot of
$12.75.
Yeah.
Those fuckers.
I got into a lot of things, and it was again after my dad passed and stuff.
Right.
I had just did my credit report, And it's like, oh, you have debt with this, and you have debt with this. And I'm like, I don't even know this. So I called them, and I'm like, and they're like, oh, is this Joe Finley born, blah, blah, blah. It's my dad's birthday. I'm like, no, it's my dad. They're like, oh, can you point me towards him? I'm like, yeah, he's at whatever cemetery.
Yeah, I'll point you in the right direction there, bud. Yeah.
See, the problem was I was in a weird spot because it was still fairly recent after he died. Like, so, you know, I'm not even fully finished processing it, and I'm having to go through this.
I could see how that could be a weird, yeah.
And so on top of that, but also at the same time, I'm treating it with probably more humor than I should, which is, again, a very normal thing, but it's like...
That's how I get through life.
No, exactly. But it's like, it was that kind of thing of, like, I'm going to use this to fuck around a little bit with the people who, like, it's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to make you feel bad about this, even though this has nothing to do with you.
You know, it's a weird... Grief is a weird...
Yeah, you're going to cry...
Weird thing.
You're going to cry about my dad's death before I do, bill collector.
yeah, exactly. It's a strange... It's a strange place to be, man. It's definitely somewhere you don't want to stay too long.
No. I'll get out of it one day.
You do your, I'm a hard griever, man. I just I give her for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Just give her. And then, still maybe I'll get, sniffly eyed or something, but usually over those, the initial stage, I just really give her.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay.
And that's a good way.
It always comes back to
whenever
it's like, ugh.
Whenever it happens, that's when it gets out. You get it out of your, like, that hard part out of your system, and then the good part comes out. The good part of grief comes after that.
What is the good part of
the
grief?
good part is the nice memories, and
right?
The hey, remember when?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good answer. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Oh, Doctor Strange. Oh, it's like, does he wear nail polish? He is.
Does she have?
She has big man hands.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I like to feel like I'm safe. Like, not like being cuddled by Leslie Jones from SNL safe.
But yeah. That's a little too safe.
Yeah, she's like holding me like I'm a baby. I'm like, no.
I was gonna make the.
And this is more about me being short than her being tall. But
I was gonna say like an analogy, and I was like, "Wow!" I'll take it after.
Yeah,
because I was like, "Wow!"
Yeah,
I was like, "Whoa!" That's not a good one. Not a good one. Didn't go there on purpose, brain. Fuck you, brain.
I tried to.
Boom.
They did that
Pop
specifically. They did that specific. Wiping his tears. That was actually his idea. He was because like the effects people are on set for like lighting reference and that sort of stuff. And he just kind of made this like, he's like, what if I just do a thing where I'm like reacting to like trying to wipe my tears away? And then they were like, oh, great idea. And they're like, but to me, it's insane that is something you can improv.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Hey, you guys managed to just spend in a quick $25,000 and just make this thing wipe my tears?
They're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, cool. This is Marvel, bro.
Yeah, not a problem.
Tens of thousands making it rain.
Yeah, it just throws it into a machine. It computes it into a digital image.
I would love the opportunity, and I hope that it happens. I like whatever that weapon is.
It looks like the same thing as the whip.
Yeah, I know.
What was it called?
That was the Staff of the Living Tribunal.
There you go, Staff of the Living Tribunal. Cool names too, eh?
Yeah, my hope is that you get a little bit of like a war in the next one, like Baron Mordo's taken his followers, like similar to this, but not, he's basically like, we're the ones who should be protecting. I feel like that's what it's going to be more than one like evil versus good. It's we're the right good and we're going to take, and he's like, we're going to take over. We're going to wipe you guys out. And then we are going to be the protectors of the earth type thing. Whereas... So they're going to have that, but I'd like to see a bunch of the sorcerers going at it. It's kind of like been like my dream of having like a real Jedi war where on both sides you have Jedi. So you're just seeing like lightsaber fights like everywhere.
Like that game.
Yeah.
But in a movie form.
Yeah. Yes.
Or it's just like Jedis out there fighting everybody.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What is the name of it?
Jedi fight.
Battlefront.
There's not a lot of Jedis in that game.
No?
No, it's
I
mostly...
saw a preview. There's a bunch of Jedis out there running around.
There are Jedis in it. Like, you can be, like, certain guys and stuff, but it's not like... it's mostly just, like, stormtroopers, and, like, you can be, like, just dudes with guns.
I thought you could be, like,
you can,
Leia or Luke or...
You can be them, but it's not like you're going to see, like, 1,000 Jedis against 1,000 Jedis. You're going to see, like, maybe 3.
It's a lot of lightsabers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lightsaber action going on.
There's a great story in the extended universe of Star Wars called The Great Schism, where it's the official break of light Jedi versus dark Jedi, and it's a gigantic war of just Jedi.
just rumbling.
Yeah, and it's like I would love to see what that would
Clone
be like.
Wars action, or is that before?
Like thousands of years before.
Like way before.
It's like literally the first Darths.
Right.
Like it's the way back when.
What could they do with the net? Because you can't have them running around the city with all that kaleidoscope shit going on.
Yeah.
It's got to be something different.
This to me, especially this world defeating kind of thing, it's like I understand why people fuck it up because I can't wrap my head around how to make it good. I think these guys made it look pretty cool.
What?
Like the Dormammu and destroying things.
I thought they did a cool job.
It's like they did do a cool job, but I was like, there's a.
It reminds me of the Nothing.
Yeah, but it's like to me, there's just this. I don't know really how to articulate it. Is just just missed.
I think he had a weird way that he was coming down there.
Yeah, but it's like to me, there's just like it's a tough way to try and. Figure out how to. I know, but to try and figure out how to create something like this, like I can understand why somebody would fuck up and make Galactus a cloud, because they're like, well, how do we articulate this in a way that doesn't look like a big scary man, like just a big dude who's like, I eat planets, chomp chomp, right?
This place looks good.
Well, and that's like if you're looking at some of the old comics, that's what it must look like to them, like especially in a time when they weren't taking these things quite as seriously, right?
Right.
They're like, this is ridiculous, so like we're gonna make it into this thing.
I could see whatever Galactus. You know, whenever we see him, it could be like that first shot of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Where you just see a piece of him and it slowly moves along and you're like, gee, God, like what the fuck? And then boom, it's like Galactus and he's fucking huge.
Allow him to be moonwalking. What else too? It's I would say I think that your model is now the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Nowhere head.
Oh, like the celestial, the head.
Right?
I was thinking about that today. It's funny you brought that up.
Yeah, but I think that's pretty cool, except that, she drowns. Oh, that's gross. Like, I forgot about some of these things because it's like you're watching people undie.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, she died by going through the windshield.
Splattered
Gross.
all over the ground. This is a really neat sequence.
Yeah.
And now they're fighting as everything goes in reverse. Like, that's fucking wicked.
Yeah, and they're using the environment and, I like this a lot.
Oh, I like the sound effect was neat there. The planks.
Yeah. I do like. I wonder if Indiana Jones can get his hands on that whip because that's like that's a more handy whip than his.
Oh, that whip's gotten out a lot of jams, buddy.
Yeah, I always wonder too
because
because
need these newfangled whips.
Yeah, it's like these things that they add, like you see, like almost like these fuzzy balls, like kind of floating around as part of like the dark dimension and stuff like that, and it's every single polygon in like these CG things have to be so planned out and so like premeditated, and it always just makes me wonder. I'm like, literally, I was like, oh, they decided to make that little part red but the other part purple. Like, why did they decide that? Like,
yeah, it looks like I don't know, like something.
Yep, I'm fine now.
Whoa, the hell did he just do?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! He's like, holy fuck, you're good.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm so glad that he survived this and that he's going to be a continued part of it. Like with Infinity War, he's definitely going to be, unless he gets killed in Endgame, he's definitely going to be in.
He had a
Doctor
nice
Strange
big
2.
chunk of Infinity War. Well, not a nice chunk, but he was in it a bunch. I was surprised at how much he was in it.
For the overall importance of his character, it was a huge chunk.
Yeah,
like, that's like.
Whoa!
Like you didn't see Eric Selvig get like a big like scene with one of the main guys.
Yeah,
or something
exactly.
Like that. Like it's it's frozen. What does that mean?
Oh fuck!
Oh,
Here we go.
Yeah.
Dormammu is coming.
He's not coming. It's fine. I'm getting so many Matrix things out of this. They're in this moment right now where, like, reality's completely different. and like, you know, the people are kind of inconsequential and all this sort of thing. And so his solution is to go to the source and end the bad guy.
Yeah, I like that because this guy he reminds me of something like out of War of the Worlds or something. Like
But like again, like
all these like tendrils and like all this weird shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that like organic? Is that like part of Dormammu, or is this just shit that's floating around in this dimension?
Who the fuck knows?
All I know is I want to go to whatever that nightclub is down there. That looked like a Vegas nightclub that's just like glowing, and you're just like getting your dance on, doing some ecstasy, or like find like that little bag of cocaine I found on the ground
that you still have,
dude.
When the time is right.
I just for the story I wanted to pick it up, but I'm like, I'm going to be the person who picks it up and gets arrested for possession of cocaine 5 seconds later.
Yeah, they just just check your blood.
Yeah,
and find,
I was like,
although it leaves really fastly.
But it
looks like Groot's old man.
Yeah, but you can still be arrested for just the possession of it.
So yeah, like anybody who doesn't know, just so we're gonna be. I'm not gonna act like nothing.
Yeah, I guess
here.
It gets really fucking weird.
Yeah, but basically we had just a thing where the recording stopped, and we went for about 10 minutes without realizing that it was recording. It wasn't recording. So here we are. We're back.
It's a good thing I have a photographic memory of everything I said 10 minutes ago. That's my special power. And that guy looks just like Groot. My fucking ear holes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Boom! What a great idea by Doctor Strange, though.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over and over. I can't hear myself.
Sorry, that's me messing with stuff.
Right at the big finale, of Doctor Strange. Dormammu have come for the bargains.
I stayed for the free.
It's like the flea market ended 4 centuries ago.
So yeah, just this idea. I've such a clever idea for how they've gone about.
There you go.
Yeah, how they've gone about.
Yeah, like he's looking around. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, you did miss though because it wasn't recording. Thankfully, you won't hear when I mentioned Groot. Oh, that's Groot, but Todd already mentioned that it's Groot, and so now I could have avoided looking stupid by not bringing it up. I care about nothing else.
And so is he? Because he looks like a dude up in there, surrounded by all this jazz. Like I thought, like he was the whole thing, and this was just him manifesting a face.
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like I don't know if all of that is a part of him. That is.
Is he like the center of this big party here, or is he?
I don't know. I don't have any good answers for any of that.
I guess it could be anything. I guess it's up to your interpretation, right? He's fucking whatever.
Yeah, I suppose so. But the
Pain's your friend. Pain here. Doctor Strange reading out Dormammu.
I wish that once he just called him Mommy. Mommy.
Yeah, this should have been like, the montage from Dormammu, and then he goes, "Yo, D,
what up?"
Oh yeah, he's got his old green slap wristband on. Save the whole universe.
Yeah.
I think this is a very clever way of doing this.
Yeah, and it's just the tie. He's literally just tied him up. He's like, okay, I can't beat you in a fight. And this is kind of what we were talking about with Thanos. And again, why I said keeping the gauntlet kind of out of the equation, because he could do this too. Anybody who has the time stone can do this,
right? If
they think to. I don't know that Thanos would think to.
When did he get the stone in the movie? Did it come with the cape?
No, he had the eye of, he used the eye of Agamotto once,
right?
And then he nothing I can do. Our audio's spiking now all of a sudden, and I don't know exactly why. I do apologize for that, but
I'm not sorry.
He's not.
You know what you got yourselves into here, people.
But I can bring it down later. But he basically he was using it, and then it was like one of those like, oh, you're now the protector of it kind of thing.
Right, because there's no one left. Is that when everything blew up?
It was a part of it, yeah. So he decided, I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear this jazzy thing He's now the Flava Flav of the
It does
MCU.
go with any garment.
It does.
It's the ultimate color.
I wear it constantly. I was just saying last time we watched this that it was weird that he was flying. Like it was just weird to me because like everybody else flies in a much more like grounded way.
I find it stranger that we are caught in the time loop with Dormammu and Doctor Strange.
What a weird.
Yeah, brother.
I like that a lot. We were talking a lot about like the Matrix endings and stuff like that. So this comes like very similar to the end of the Matrix, where he goes to see the Deus Ex Machina and says like you need to take the bad guys away from my planet and leave my planet alone. Essentially, is like the best way to paraphrase it, I guess. So yeah, that was like the Smith deaths and stuff like that. I like that.
The spells. Long as it go, he gets it now. He's still laughing at the Beyonce one. Just takes him a while.
All the single ladies.
Oh, Dormammu.
Yeah.
Fucking get the old green hand down and shut her down, bud.
Good old green hand.
Suck it all back in there.
That's a fantastic way to fix things. How far back does he want to go?
Way back.
I almost feel like there should have been a choice that he needed to make where he could theoretically go back to before the accident. He's like, I can undo
why
everything.
would you?
Well, but that's kind of the thing.
Shit.
It's like I can have back the life I was trying to get back the whole time, or I can accept what this new version of what I am.
Oh, buddy, get off it.
I know. Come on, break the law. Apparently, just the bill comes due thing that he brings up here is something that's actually quite common in the comics. They bring up like the bill comes due a lot because they're saying that his sorcery will like backfire
Fucking shit
and
up,
stuff
like the
that.
butterfly effect.
Yes. Only Ashton Kutcher is not involved.
He's the only one who can solve this.
That's my big question. Who's the first person that nobody wants that's going to end up in the MCU? Or does that already count with Miley
please.
Cyrus having a cameo in Guardians 2?
She does?
Yeah, she's a voiceover.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to
we'll
see
get
the
to that.
performance. Apparently, she destroys
Yeah.
Soundgarden at the Chris Cornell
Oh, really?
show. Like she does 2 songs, and apparently she's like phenomenal.
Good. She's been doing a lot of that lately because she just did Dolly Parton. She performed with Dolly Parton at some like I don't know if it was at the Grammys or some award show where she was getting like the lifetime achievement type thing, and she sang Jolene with her.
I wonder if she's doing this as like a paying her musical dues kind of a thing, because like you can never say who is a fan, but the moment I was like she's a Soundgarden fan, I was like I highly doubt it.
I don't
but she comes from a musical background. She might be.
Yeah. Well, and there's also that thing too. Like it's that dumb song, that Party in the USA, and she talks about like, oh, and then the Britney song comes on, I'm into Britney Spears. But then the Jay-Z song comes on, oh, I'm into Jay-Z. Like it's like that kind of like I'm into everything sort of thing.
Oh, she sure is.
Liam Hemsworth's big old cock.
Oh yeah.
I assume everybody from Australia's got a big dick, right? That's not
fucking Australian big
not
dick
racist.
Sucking piece of shit.
See, again, I want to animate somebody into all of this where you see just like the spiritual guy just come up and just put the cape on him. Somebody who died in the MCU.
No, it's the same guy that puts on James Brown's cape.
Oh,
and he just keeps going, wow, and like throwing it off.
And he killed himself because he's like, why am I even wasting my time putting on this cape? I'm going to put the cape on.
And then he kills himself. What the
stands to reason, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, why not, right, Buck?
I feel like James Brown ruined some lives. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See.
Women's lives.
Well, especially the women.
Oh, we still got the shakes.
And who played James Brown in a movie? Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther.
No shit. He did?
Yeah, man. Get on up. It was actually quite good. The movie starts with like him being older. And it's like him like driving and like going into the bank with a shotgun, like when he got arrested.
Right.
And like
when did that movie?
Or not the bank, it was like an insurance place. He's like, you took a dump in my toilet, didn't you? Like well before Black Panther. It was I would say like 2014 or something like that.
Scott Derrickson, you've never heard of him again, and you won't hear him again.
Well, that was what I was saying, man. It was just like I
think
none
he did
of
a good job with it.
He did, and I believe he's set up to direct the next one too.
He should.
And yeah, like, well, if you didn't do anything wrong, why would you? Like, unless you're just trying to get like you're just trying to like get your wish list of directors or something like that. I really want this guy to do it, and he only wants to do.
If I was a director
Mhm.
and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna change the script," I'd be like, "Right on."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You go right the fuck ahead. You're the boss."
Yep. Well, and I think there are some people who respect the director as auteur, where it's like this is like movie stars aren't the star of the movie. They're not the reason that the movie is good or bad. Like the director, if it's that kind of director, is like everything is them. It's like every vision. It's like the cinematographer didn't go off and do his own thing. He was told exactly what to do and exactly how to do it, and he just did it. So it's like
tell that guy what the fuck to do. He's never listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
Benjamin Bratt.
This Scott Adkins. Again, it's very this is like if Windows 98 was way more high tech, this is what the screensaver would look like.
It's a sweet screensaver.
Love the screensaver, yo.
I like the DVD thing.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh.
So this is your
Here we go.
Yeah, so this scene is directly out of Thor Ragnarok, but this is I was kind of surprised, but this is exactly they've done this a couple of times now.
Yeah.
Because they did this for leading into Civil War. They did this leading into Avengers and stuff like that. It's just like a flat out scene. I don't know if it was intended to be. I love that. Like such a. I was like instantly. I'm like, oh, these guys are gonna be best friends.
I guess so.
Yeah. God, a fair looking man. And I like it too because it's like he knows of the Avengers and he knows how powerful they are and all that, and he's just like, you're nothing to me.
Yeah.
Because again, I can just. He's like, I can't beat you in a fist fight, but I can just.
Is that how Ragnarok starts with him?
It doesn't start that way, but it gets into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on.
But
well, there they are.
Yeah. So I can't remember. There is a post-credit scene. So that was your mid-credit scene.
Holy fuck.
Well, they're saying I can't remember how many like Guardians has like 4 billion. And it's like I think it's like 5 or something.
Guardians has a shit ton, and so does Black Panther.
Yeah. And
Guardians are the good ones though.
Thor
the Black Panther ones. I just never saw them in the theater.
Sorry. Never listen to people, man.
I know.
They're not going to leave without you.
I never, I was worried I was in like a different place. I was in the States, for God's sakes.
Yeah, you don't want to get
fucking murdered walking home.
Well, it's something I always think about in like even this movie, like when he just sends somebody like via his like portal to just someplace in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, how do they get back?
They don't.
Well, because my thought was if they have the stuff and the ability to do the travel and all that stuff too, they could just come right back. So that was but the fact that they're seem inconvenienced by the fact that it happened means that they can't. So I'm like, what do they do now? Are they walking?
They're walking.
They're just like, all right, I'm just going to hoof it through the desert until I
6 months later
find an Uber.
Catch up to that motherfucker.
I know that's not how Uber works.
Oh, I'd be so mad, but then what could you do? Go back there and have them do it to you again?
That would be...
you just have to get over it, man. Move on, because you're just like, fuck it.
That would have been a really funny running joke. You get somebody who's very distinctive so you recognize
him
as you see him through the movie. And he just
Matt Damon.
Yeah, there you go. It starts with, the guy goes to attack the Ancient. And she sends him... gone, and now he's finally made it back, and then Doctor Strange, at this point it's Mordo sends him flying again. He's like, oh god, and he finally makes it back. And then
that could have been how they defeat Thanos, because he knew way back that Thanos was coming.
Yeah.
So he keeps sending this guy back, and he keeps getting more and more powerful to destroy Doctor Strange. But when he finally gets to Doctor Strange, he's like, fuck you, Thanos.
Yeah.
You can't get your hands off that. I'm going to kill that guy, not you.
He should just...
And he rocks Thanos.
He should have just traveled back minute by minute in time and then kept collecting all the Avengers and then bring them all back. So there's like 100 Thors, 100 Hulks.
That might happen. Wave after wave of Thor. Coming out, who's the real Thor? A couple of Thors are doing it over there. Like, what the fuck?
Come on. If there was multiple Chris Hemsworths and two of them weren't making out with each other,
the Thor army's in the middle of Rage 6. They're out. Yeah. They're out for a while.
These two are done.
All of them. The whole army.
What are the Captain Americas doing? Well, a couple of them are just staring in a mirror while they do bicep exercises.
Yeah.
Like those assholes at the gym.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh
my God. I saw a girl today who was, I've never seen these two girls. The one girl spent most of the time looking at her own cleavage because she had like a titty top on, but then kind of like I don't know, something that goes over top of it.
Yeah.
But it still was open so you could see her cleavage. She kept like looking and being like, oh, like I'm not showing enough cleavage. So then she like opened the thing up and then like take the bra with her thumbs or whatever the top was.
Yeah.
And then kind of push it down. So the whole time, so she had the most tit coming out possible.
Those are the ones that make me mad because those would also be the first ones. If she saw you looking at her boobs, she'd lose her mind. I'm like, but you're literally molding the aesthetic. You're literally molding the aesthetic of your boobs. That's not for you.
Yeah, no, clearly it wasn't. No, yeah, and she kept looking too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was thinking naughty thoughts at the gym. If you go to the gym,
yep, I'm done.
Okay. And you look around,
yeah.
Because what else is there to do? Everybody's looking around.
I work out.
There's so much awkward eye-to-eye contact that happens at the gym.
Yeah.
Or because everybody's looking, but you don't want to. Nobody wants you to know that they're looking, and it's like
everybody's doing one of two things: either checking out members of the opposite sex or sizing yourself up against the members of the same sex. There's like I always feel bad. Like you see it in their faces too. That's why I always feel bad for women at the gym because you see the ones who are actually trying to get in shape, and then the ones who are just like you said, who are like they're the perfect body,
and they got nothing accomplished.
No,
the girl got nothing accomplished.
No, of course not.
See, they kind of farted around, and I was just like, "Oh, fuck, lady."
Yeah, it's
there's usually easier ways to go about it. Just walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, fuck me in the ladies' room right now."
That never comes up.
Well, it comes up all the time. It just never happens. The master of the mystic end credits.
Yeah.
There's a lot of single ladies.
Yeah, that was good.
You know Wong's a fucking Beyonce fan.
He should be, though. That would be funny if that's how they ended this, if that was the actual after, or if they had another, post-credit kind of scene where it was just him and, you see he's online or something like that buying tickets to Beyonce.
Yeah. He said they had Wi-Fi.
Yeah, right? So that's fine.
Or actually, Mordor did.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that. I feel like there should be a magical version of Wi-Fi.
Oh, there probably is. Oh, here we go. Sparks.
Bubba Sparks?
Stare at them.
Hal Sparks from Queer, what's called Queer as Folk.
Oh, fuck.
Who's this? This could be anybody. He's in a hoodie. That's a crime.
Matt Murdock?
Would that not blow your mind if one of the post-credit things, all of a sudden brought the TV world into it? Like you saw The Punisher.
I'm sad that Matt Murdock is not, fuck. I forgot about this. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's not a bad guy. I'm just remembering what exactly happened now with this. Mardo, how you doing, buddy? Kind of reminds me of that scene in Beverly Hills Cop when the guys come and he's like, oh, hi, how you doing? And he's like, I'm going to kill you. This is the... I forgot. I thought he drags him into his side, but that's not what occurs.
All he is using it to just be upright, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's cheating.
Oh, I'm sure in the next one, when he's the bad guy, he's going to be using the power for, distorting the laws or whatever the hell. Oh, fuck. Just took your magic, bro.
Oh, it's so cool. He's going to make a bit bad guy, I think.
Yeah, I think so, too. Ooh, because he wants to be the only one.
Yes. Or at least
Doctor Strange will return. Well,
I would like it to just one time be a question. Will Doctor Strange return?
The end? I love that. A good question mark after the end.
All right. Yeah, that is always good. That's that's a Simpsons thing, and that's just the best thing you can do. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Sorry for the weirdness after the near the end point. We got thrown off a little
We
bit.
got trapped in Dormammu's time loop.
And then it started messing with all our equipment for some reason. I will tell you right now, this happens to me every time I think about buying something new.
Oh, it's like, yeah, you're gonna fucking look at that.
It's literally what happened. You're looking over there. I'm gonna fuck you over here.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about buying a new mixer, and now all of a sudden, like this stops recording. The mixer starts playing out weird audio.
Machine, bro.
A lot of weird shit going on. So I do apologize. This could be God. I did question him earlier.
There's
so
a lot of strange stuff going on tonight, bro.
So sorry.
During the watching of Doctor Strange.
Sorry, I'll throw out the Lord's Prayer when this is done. Hopefully
you
next
don't
week.
Even fucking know it.
I do. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done as on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses and
trespass against us.
Yes. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever and ever. Amen.
Wow. I don't know it. I was being like, see how I got that one? It was a good. This guy knows it.
That was just that actually reminded me of like old school.
Passed.
You know that bit in Old School where he does like the debate and he starts like saying the whole debate and then when it's all done he goes, oh! It's like I just blacked out.
Power and glory, great tag team.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I know things. I know like 6 things.
Sweet.
That was one of them. I've wasted it. Thank you guys all so much for listening. Check us out next week. We're doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2. We're going to see where that fits into the world, as it were. We will see you then. As always, catch us podcast at miscastcommentary.com. Find us on Twitter at miscastpodcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at miscasttodd. Find us on Instagram at miscastcommentary. Join our Facebook group. Come on, just click join. You don't have to do anything beyond that. It's really not that much work. Go check out our YouTube page. It's just the Miscast Commentary YouTube page. You can find the link on our website. You can find it in many other places. Go subscribe to that. We've got some brand new video content up there that we want you to see. We've got our Miscasterpiece Theater going now. There's all sorts of awesome stuff going. So we will see you guys next week. Thank you very much.
Being normal sucks, so stay strange, baby.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.
Miscast Commentary.
Fuck it, we're using that.
Yeah, totally.